real, my first kind of issue with the truck. And no clue what to do. So I trying to get advice from friends. And the deal is I couldn't get it to start. I mean, there's no sound when I turn the ignition. And you know, batteries are good and everything, you know. But I mean, there's no sound at all. So you know, a couple fellas tell me to jump the solenoid, which that came to mind, man, but I didn't know you could do that on a big truck. I'm not very savvy on diesel mechanics and all this shit, which I'm gonna have to get into that a little bit more, you know, and not just be depending on a mechanic. So I'm gonna run into this shit on my own on the road and do this shit, you know. And it reminds me of when I was a kid. And I was working at Walmart. I was 17 years old. And my dad shows up one day and tells me to go take a break. And walk out to the parking lot, and there's this 66 Mustang sitting there. And of course I see it, you know, and he says, well, can you afford it? I was like, well, fuck yeah, you know. Well, he just bought it, but now I'm gonna be buying it. And I was paid like, I think $100 a month or some shit like that. Well, on an old car like that, I was forced to learn how to work on it, to know what to do, to figure shit out on my own, all the time, man. I mean, it was all the time. From fucking tiny little shit like brakes, or you know, doing basic shit like changing the oil, changing a wiper motor, or I mean, it seemed like it was constant with that car. And of course, I bought the car, or I was buying the car, and I bought the little book, the Chiltons. You get the little book. Tell you how to fix every fucking thing there was. This is before YouTube and the internet, you know. So I was constantly working on that thing, man. But you know, so I can kind of see that happening with this deal right here, where if I want shit to be fixed, I'm gonna have to know what the fuck to do. And you know, when I'm home, I can depend on our mechanics at the shop. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. It's pretty cool and it's pretty neat, but I'm not going to show you. But you know, to do the big jobs and shit, the best thing for me to do is probably just jump in there and be an assistant and help them, so I can know a lot more about this truck. But anyway, what happened was, I don't know what the fuck's going on, so I tried to jump this truck off the solenoid, and I think, well, you know, I've done that before off of cars and pickup trucks, but never on a big fucking truck, right? Well, I did that, tried that over and over again, and got the same advice from several people. And didn't quite work out very well. It didn't work like it anyway, I'm giving up hope here. Like I'm getting this thing going. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to call a fucking TA or Loves or something like that to have their road guy come out and give me a fucking pull start. Even though I got, there wasn't a whole lot of trucks. I was staying at Klein's Corners. Even though there wasn't many people. This happened 2 days in a row though. One was at a customer's and they gave me a pull start with a big loader. But there I'm at Klein's Corners and it's nothing but, whatever. But I'm calling fucking TA to see how much it's gonna cost me to have someone come out and give me a pull start or some shit. And then I look as I'm walking back to my truck. Here's this big Kenworth pulling an RGN. I want to say they're empty, but I think they actually had another trailer on their trailer. So I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I'm like, here's a real fucking truck driver I know will not turn me down if I ask for help. And he hadn't even got to detach, from his trailer or nothing. I can hook it up. It's a big ass steel fucking RGN. So I went up to the window. What's going on, man? It's like, man, I could really use a pull start, man. Like, I'm back there. I've been messing with this truck for however long. I could really use some help. Just get a pull start. I was like, man, just hook it to the back of your trailer. Yeah, man, we can do that. So we did it. It took like less than 5 minutes. He rolls over there. I grab the chain, hook his mine. He had a hook on the back of his trailer. I disconnected from my trailer because I was completely out of air. So this is, this is a fucked up deal all the way around. But so he pulls me out and it fires up and I'm good to go. So now I can't shut this thing off till I'm gonna get it, till it gets seen by the diesel doctor, right? So hopefully that'll be in just a couple days. They'll know what to do. I haven't figured it out, but it's pretty interesting so far with my experience in working with a much older truck and kind of trying to see it from the perspective of an owner-operator. What can happen, what I can learn, and what I need to learn. And also the people I can actually just ask questions, about whatever, like what's under that hood is, yep, there's the engine. That's how I see it, like it's not check that out. Trying this out. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But yeah, so that's a good thing about being able to ride this thing around before I purchase it. If I purchase it, I'm hoping I do, man. Shit. It'll suck if I don't, but I guess. I just have to see what happens. Still, anyway, I want to be a little more in tune with the vehicle than just you actually do get something right, you know. And it sucks that something's wrong, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a starter. I don't know if it's a solenoid or ignition switch, you know, what it is. But right now, something's wrong. So I got to go get to the fellas that know what to do. And that's my story.